What's up, world? So my next 3 videos are gonna be titled Emotional Blackmail, Inception, and the Road Less Traveled. Uh, the first video will be a conversation or a counseling session uh, between me and my counselor that I was with for about 2 years before he retired. So I really appreciate him, and I really think that the knowledge that he shared with me will be beneficial to those connected to me and those connected to what I'm connected to. So, Inception, of course. I just watched the movie on television, and I've watched it so many times, and even on TV, I was able to piece together some new things. Even as far as emotional blackmail goes. Who's trying to get in your mind? Who's trying to put things in your mind? Who's trying to take things from your mind? And how much of you is other people? How deep of a dream state are you in? How much is projections trying to keep people out away from your truth? Things like that. And the third will be the road less traveled. The last couple years, I've really brought my last 10 years as a whole full circle, and this is the work that needs to be done, as far as my community and who I commune with and communion with. So this is just an introduction into the video, and I just wanted to say hello to everybody and put my best wishes on this, and hope it reaches you in an understanding light, in a way that you will be able to process it and learn from it and grow from it, and not retaliate from it or retaliate because of it. All right, peace.
Ray, how in the heck are you? You always got a smile on your face. You're kind of like this eternally positive guy. But is it a real?
Oh man,
you doing okay, buddy?
I don't know. I think that's just natural. I try to smile, but even I don't know. You could be going through anything. It's just.
Yeah, it can be just nervous smile. It can be
right.
Yeah.
Not really. It's just.
No.
I think for me, it's just going into things. The anxiety of going into things is more nerve-wracking than actually going through them. Because it's just, when you're here now, might as well handle it now. But
yeah, well, especially if there's not a dang thing you can do about it, or if you've done everything you can do about it, or
I know that I will.
You know that you do have something that you're going to do.
Yeah.
And other than that, it's out of your control, and so you can be upset or happy. And you know what? I think that that the way you approach it is more realistic.
Man, I try. I mean, it's just that I actually I have the police report you wanted. It. I have it in my car, I think.
In the rental you have now?
Yeah, I have it in my book bag.
Okay.
But it's been weird.
I don't absolutely have to have it.
Okay.
If you want me to have it, I'll make a copy.
I mean, I don't have any issue.
Okay.
I don't have any issue with it.
Your PO is the one that you really have to be working with on that.
Yeah. No, that was just for you to. I don't know, maybe if you wanted to read it and maybe get a different angle, or.
I'd be happy to.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, I'm here to grow, so.
Yeah, okay.
I don't understand. I don't have any issue with you looking at it. usually it was me making the status,
Yeah.
let's not do this, let's do this, and I didn't stick to it.
And you have to have those boundaries. It has to be, you have to have that no matter what the other person is doing.
Exactly.
And I'm reading, I'm almost done with the book that I actually got, and I've been kind of talking to people about it for years and years, but I finally read it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's called Emotional Blackmail.
Mm.
I think that would be an interesting book for you to read if you do any reading.
Oh yeah.
And one of the things that this thing talks about is when people are using emotional blackmail, when they're and even the stuff you're talking about, it may or may not have been emotional blackmail, but I guess part of the gist of this book, is that you have to be so aware of your natural responses, and you're a fighter, okay?
Right.
And this chick set things up.
Mm-hmm.
She bears responsibility. Unfortunately, you're the one that gets fucked in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But her responsibility ends as soon as you cross that boundary.
Mm-hmm.
And this book talks about, people who are taking advantage of you, who are pissing you off, who are, whatever she's doing, okay? Those have to be, you have to be able to manage that in as matter of fact way as you can.
Yes.
And I know, that people, and I know that I can be and have been reactive.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So this is not, you're the Lone Ranger.
Right.
Okay. But
it's how you react.
It's really embracing the idea that when you're around somebody that can be a potential trigger, that when they start triggering, you kind of put up this invisible barrier, okay, and you kind of just say, to yourself, okay, self, listen, you are, you are in the role of an observer right now, kind of like when you did drills. Okay, you have these observers that are kind of supposed to be not on anybody's side.
You're neutral.
You've got to be you've got to take a neutral position. Perfect word. In a situation like that. I think that you think that somehow you should be able to control this situation. And that's an error.
That is very much an error.
Very
much an error. Even when I tried to not control it, I was trying to control it. And that...
So an aggressive yet measured response. Nobody died.
Right.
That's kind of an exaggeration.
But that's right. But it was a scary thought afterwards to think that could have happened, but...
but see, that wasn't your goal.
No, not at all.
Your goal was to intimidate and have her change her behavior.
Right.
And that's
after years of talking.
After years of talking and knowing that what you see is what you get.
Right.
It ain't gonna change.
Yeah. And that is what I'm learning with what's going on over there. You have resources that you can access to bring about a different reaction. You can respond with love. You can respond with affection.
Yes.
You can respond
with matter-of-factness.
Right.
But guess what? It takes practice.
Oh, yeah. And I'm not in that situation enough.
It takes you anticipating that situation. And we talking about it. And you even talking in the mirror. Okay? You know what? I know this person. These are the ways this person are, going to trigger me. There may be other ways. I've got to be prepared for when they happen, here's what I'm going to say, here's what I'm going to do, and you practice that, so that when it happens, you don't react.
Yeah.
You respond with something that you've already rehearsed enough that the habits.
Because you do that, but you do that with the wrong action.
You do it with the wrong actions. And with the wrong mindset.
Right, exactly.
Okay?
You're like, if this happens, I'm going to do this.
Yeah. Instead of, what are my options?
Right.
Yeah.
You just build a mountain in front of you.
Are they talking about stuff like that in that class you're taking?
Yeah, in the DV class, it's the guy has made some really great points. It's just like me and you talking, and me and you have a different opinion on ideas, and I just get up and smack you.
Yeah. Well, hey.
And it's like, dang, but I feel like it's more than that, because me and you aren't in an intimate relationship. And I feel like women give you that power.
God damn it, Ray, something changes when we're in an intimate relationship, because now the expectations are different.
Right. It's
Uh,
like you have all this power, all this ownership.
No, you're entitled.
Exactly.
It's not, and I guess there is about ownership, and there is power and stuff like that. But it's almost like, we're in this relationship, and so now, without it being said, this is what you need to do.
Exactly. Without it being said.
My mind.
Without it being said. And I love you, now be perfect.
Yes.
I love you, now be perfect. And it's like, like I said before, I'm totally honest about what I do, but you can question a woman. Not even question her, but, just kind of encourage her and try to open her up, and she'll just swear up and down all day that there's nobody else. And then when they get ready, they just pop it all on you like, I was trying to be okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Why would you use it against me to hurt me?
And if that's a value that you have, that you need to have in a partner, and that partner, you know what? Just because you trusted and you got screwed doesn't mean you shouldn't ever trust again.
Oh, no. I've really come to learn that. Before, that was my thought process. But now, I can't let that stop me from...
You trust until there is, some real,
danger.
Smoking gun.
Yeah.
You got to have concrete proof. You've got to have, and you trust until, and then... is there a way of working through this breach of trust? Oh, wow, okay, now you know how I really feel about it. Okay? And let's, and see if you can regain the trust. But serial episodes of engagement in untrustworthy behavior, if it keeps being acceptable, you become a doormat.
Exactly. I just never understood how she could go online and talk about me the way that she could, and then just come back to me and be all cool. I just never understood that.
See, that's also one of those things that, that has such importance to you, that if somebody is saying shit behind your back like that, and they're dissing you behind your back, instead of building you up.
Thank you.
You don't fucking need them.
Thank you. I don't.
But see, you have to make that decision rather than try to make her do something, that her, whatever self is doing.
Right, exactly. That is the number one thing, the choice. You have the choice to walk away. You don't have to indulge in that.
Right. You don't have to indulge in it. And the last thing, you know what? You can't afford another way, another episode of forcing or attempting to force your will.
Yeah.
If you're not getting what you need, you got to decide whether you fucking need it.
Yeah.
My mouth is especially bad today.
No, that's fine. I am okay with that.
Okay.
You're absolutely right. I think me and had a little it was just a little time, little problem, and we got through it, and I still trust her. It was just it was a situation where she's just all over the place, and
What's going on with that?
I mean, well, it was just because of my schedule now, we don't get much time to see each other.
And you're not supposed to be spending nights.
No, yep, no spending nights, and so when I'm there during the day, and she works during the day, or I want her to hang out with me on her break or something like that. I know there was one time.
And you have needs you wanted, but she may not always really be able to, and she may not always want to.
Yep.
And even if she doesn't want to, doesn't mean she doesn't care. It means she has a life.
Yes, exactly. And that's really where I was at. It just boiled down to me saying, you know what? You have put a smile on my face for a long time, and I just want you to be happy. I know that you care about me, and I know that you have your things that you want to do and that you need to do also. Get straight to the point and knock it right out.
Okay.
Knock it right out.
You deal with any issue, you talk about it, you resolve it, you're both good with it. But she was a game player, she was immature, and probably very narcissistic.
Yeah. Even things that that were not directed at her at all, she took them and made them seem like I directed them at her. Okay. And this is where I get all of this extra stuff from. Yeah. Like, where are you coming from? I didn't even mean anything by that. But I did do some things that, in a sense, where I didn't mean to hurt her, they just seemed like total disregard for her, and her feelings, and of course that, but we never really talk like how me.
When they're kind of like, going at things sideways or through back door and shit like that. Yeah. If you don't have adequate communication, the one that is trying to be good at communication is actually at a disadvantage.
Oh yeah. Oh man. That is, vulnerable for real, and just I left everything open for her, and I even told her some things, about other women, or just me being with other women, and she's like, do you pictures or whatever, do you want to see, you don't have to snoop. And she still snooped anyways and tried to throw things in my face. I'm like, why are you throwing things that in my face that I told you about that? I told you. So she wants to feel like,
this is information, not ammunition.
Right. So she wants to feel like she found something and stuff like that. And I'm like, no. I mean, I don't know anything about her.
Okay, but guess what? You don't have to fuck around dealing with her anymore.
Yeah, that's...
Except as it relates to your son.
Right.
And you go through channels. Ray, don't set yourself up to think that anything's going to change with her down the line.
Yeah.
Unless you have, months, years of evidence to the contrary.
I need it.
And that is as it relates to whatever co-parenting with Braylon. And other than that, she's on her own.
Right. I need it because, I've seen just so many, and even if we do get back together, but just listen,
don't
like,
scare me.
Even if we do, like you say, things won't change. It'll always be the sideways. It'll always be, when we make eye contact, I can see her mind just all over the place. Like, she talks about energy, how my energy is divided up between different women, but I can feel her energy is not there, and that's what I've been feeling the whole time. And even before she figured things out, like she would see social networks and stuff, like I would ask her about, the conversations that she was having with her male friends about me and stuff like that, and she never really, kind of like backed down from that. She was just like, oh, these are my friends, and but it was on social media at that time. It was all over social media, and you know, it's just. And it's not even like I know that she's bad for me. I know that we have no chance that a relationship would ever work, but it was still 2 to 3 years, even more than that, of my life, you know. And it was just like, gotta learn from it, but I still did damage too. Yeah. And you know. And it won't even matter if I say anything. Like, she won't even believe me right now if I was even able to talk to her.
And in her reality, it won't be the truth.
Yeah, because...
And she'll be convinced of it. You know, two people can look at the same thing and come away with totally different impressions of what it is.
Exactly.
And they're both right.
Perspective.
For their perspective. Yeah.
So yeah, that's.
So it's about you. It's about you continuing your journey of understanding who you are.
Absolutely.
And what you're capable of, and what you choose to do and choose not to do.
Absolutely.